Hey, Yuli here, and welcome back to another Morning Mindset Minute. Have you ever heard the phrase, other people's opinion of me are none of my business? Well, that's one of my favorite ones because for every person that you know, there's a different version of you in the universe. Every single person you know, whether it's your spouse, a workout partner, a work associate, a best friend, those people might know you intimately, but they don't know you like you know you. So for every person you know, there's a different version of you out there. It's what this person thinks you are, who you are. It's what this person thinks you are, who you are. And the only opinion that matters, the only version that matters is the version that you are determining, the version that you are controlling. And that is all controlled by your self-talk and how you talk about yourself and what you say about yourself. Because everything you say about yourself and talk about yourself and think about yourself is who you're ultimately going to become. I'm not going to say it this way. You can become something somebody else wants you to be. You can be steered in a direction based on what other people think of you and what other people say about you. What I'm saying here is that you should not let other people control how you think about yourself or what you become or who you are. That's your job. Your job is to tell yourself who you are and become that person. Tell yourself who you want to be and become that person. It's kind of the only time in life that I believe that fake it till you make it or fake it till you make it actually works. Because I think that you can ultimately change your direction in life based upon how you talk to yourself. It doesn't always have to be 100% honest, but it just has to be in the direction you want to move. And I don't mean honest like lie to yourself, but I want you to reach for the most positive thought that you can for that moment. People used to ask me, when people used to ask me, how are you doing? I used to say, I'm tired. I used to say that all the time. How are you, Yuli? I'm tired. I'm just really tired. Every time I said that, I felt myself getting more tired and more tired. And I thought back on it, and I used to think, why am I always so tired? And it was because I tell myself that I'm tired. I'm telling other people that I'm tired. I'm convincing myself that I'm tired. It really is that easy to throw yourself into that negative loop. So what we want to try to do is get you in that positive loop where it's, I'm not tired. So when someone says, how are you? Even if you are tired, say, I'm feeling better. I'm getting better. I'm making progress. So even if you're not feeling great, I don't want you to say, oh, I'm great. I feel great, because you're not going to, it's not, I don't want you to lie to yourself, but I want you to try to convince yourself that you are moving in the right direction, that you are starting to feel better, that you are starting to do things that you want to do. That is going to get you to that point where you want to end up ultimately. So, I mean, positive self-talk is one of the most important things that you can do for your well-being and in your fitness and in your life and just in your day-to-day mindset is talking to yourself like you talk to your best friend. We're so hard on ourselves. My best friend can do something wrong. They can, not show up to the gym, or they can fail at something. And what am I going to say to them? I'm going to be extremely supportive to them. I'm going to be like, hey, next time, hey, you were close. That was a nice lift, but you almost got there. But when we talk to ourselves in that same exact situation, it's terrible. We're so bad to ourselves. It's like, oh my, what the hell's wrong with me? Why couldn't I do that? What the hell am I doing wrong? We're so negative to ourselves that we put ourselves down, and it's so easy to put ourselves down when it should be extremely difficult to put ourselves down. Once you start understanding that you're doing that, then you will start to consciously realize that you have to change that mindset. Next time you're in a situation where you're feeling, like you're not doing well, or you're tired, or you're not feeling so hot, think a little bit about what you're actually saying to yourself and see if there's anything you can say that will maybe take that up a notch. Maybe, and then the next time a little higher and a little higher, and see what you're saying to yourself that's really detrimental, because that's ultimately, your opinion of yourself is ultimately who you're going to become. The things you say to yourself are ultimately the things that are going to build your character and build your values. And you're going to become that person. And the more negative you speak about yourself, the more negative of a character you're going to develop. The more positive you think about yourself, and the more positive energy you feed yourself, and the more positive self-talk you talk about yourself, is that you're going to go that next level up. You're going to continue to increase that positivity, and you're going to increase your character and become the person you want to be. So I don't want to dig too deep into this because there's so much to uncover and unpack in this. But what I want you to start doing is, when you start feeling like you're not, like when you did something that you feel bad about, I want you to just take a second and think about what are the things that you're telling yourself about that situation. Is there anything you can tell yourself about that situation to maybe spin it in a more positive light, to give yourself at least not a beating, just give yourself a little like, hey, what did I learn from this? What can I improve upon with this? Where can I benefit from this mistake? How can I do something? What can I think about? What can I tell myself to make it better next time? Because if you just beat yourself up over it, you learn nothing. So I try to take every obstacle or every mistake or anything that happens that just didn't go my way, I try to take that as a learning opportunity. And I know that sounds very cliche, but I really do, because I understand that when I tell myself, when I do something that I'm not happy with, I look at how I'm talking to myself about it, or what I'm saying to myself, what story I'm developing about it in my head, and then I try to turn it into the best case scenario. What am I looking at that? How can I improve that next time? What can I learn from this so I don't do it again? And I really do that. So it's something that you can start practicing, and it does take some work, because I told people I was tired for a long time until I realized, hey, I'm not tired. I'm just saying it now. And that was another loop that I was in. I would just say it, even it was just reactionary. I said it for so long that people would just ask me, and I would just say, I'm tired. I bet you people could probably mouth it when they say, hey, Yuli, how are you doing? They're probably like, I'm tired. They could probably mouth it because I said it so many times. Since I've stopped saying that, I'm not tired anymore. My energy's higher. I feel better. And I've started to actually consciously listen to what I say when people ask me, hey, how are you today? Hey, what's going on today? Hey, what's up today? I listen, and I make a conscious effort to answer that mindfully instead of just reactionary. Like, I'm all right. I'm doing okay. Hey, I'm great. I'm doing good. I'm getting better. I'm working on certain things. I'm always looking for that, the most high energy response I can give. Not the super top, but what is the highest energy response I can reach for at that moment. I meet it where I'm at. So it's kind of all I want to say. Self-talk is super important. It's who shapes you. It is by far the most, I don't want to say beneficial, but it's by far one of the biggest influences in who you become. Because as people talk about you and people say things about you and people have their opinion about you, if you take those in, that's who you'll become. You have to go beyond that, figure out who you are, and figure out what you think about yourself. And actually, you can actually change that. That just because you don't feel good about yourself doesn't mean you have to say that. You can increase that energy by telling yourself different things and getting to that next level every day, just a little bit more every day. So just work on that. Think about what you're saying to yourself. Be positive with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Treat yourself like you would treat your spouse, your best friend, your children. Like, what would you say to them in a situation that wasn't beneficial for them, or for a situation that wasn't in their favor? How would you motivate them? How would you inspire them? What would you say to them to make them feel better? That's what you should be saying to yourself every day, every morning. It's so powerful. So that's all I have for today. So think about that. Next time you're in a situation that isn't going your way, think about what story you're telling yourself. Think about what you're actually thinking up here and change that. Move to something a little bit more positive. Gain something from that. Learn something from that. And you'll see you'll see so many benefits from that. I'm telling you, that's the best way to get to your next level, is to tell yourself that you're great every day. Because you are. You're effing great. All right, that's all I have today. Again, my name is Yuli. Go to fitmind30.com to get any more of this information. fitmind30.com. And until next time, stay strong. I can't wait for the next video.